So welcome to Sag season. So I didn't realize that Scarlett Johansson was on the cusp. So my Scorpio video was about Scarlett. When I was thinking about Sagittarius, I was looking through all the celebrities and Hailey Bieber popped up and I was like, let's do that. I'm pretty sure they have the same birthday. So she's also a cusper, but it'll be fine. Okay, for Hailey, seeing as how she is always very fresh looking, I'm gonna do underpainting today. So I'm gonna start off with this. This is Janessa Maverick's Illuminating Veil. I'm just going to highlight these areas before I go into any contour, highlight, foundation, all that good stuff. I'm gonna add a little bit of this. This is Peter Thomas Roth Water Drench Hyaluronic Glow Serum. I'm just gonna add a little bit because this is just a little dry for what I'm going for. There we go. So good. I'm gonna really hit the high points. Under my eyebrows, a little bit right here. So good. I'm gonna put the rest of this to the side because I can come back and use it later. So underpainting is when you're doing the contour, highlight, everything like that underneath the foundation. So it's a very natural way of looking sculpted without looking like you're trying too hard. I know one of her main makeup artists, Mary Phillips, is a big fan of this technique. It's been around forever. So I'm gonna go in with RCMA. Don't judge my messy palette. She has a very like petite little face. Like you see her forehead's pretty small, but my features are still my features. So I'm gonna go in and do this like I normally would. So I'm using a thicker brush just to, I want it to be like really blown out. I can go back in and add some more like precise lines later, but this I just want to really try to work into the skin. I've actually still not tried any of Hailey's makeup products, Rhode, skincare, whatever. I know a lot of people like it. People still not like Hailey. I feel like everyone was very anti-Hailey. Hopefully I'm not offending anybody by making this. But I feel like even if you don't like somebody, you gotta be like, all right, they suck, but their makeup is great, right? I don't know if she sucks. I think she's being a mean girl to Selena, right? Is that why we don't like her? Maybe? I'm not too sure. Okay, so that is the very rough contour. Now I'm gonna go in with a sponge and blend this out. And I just use a little bit of setting spray just to dampen it. I just don't want there to be any harsh lines. I'm just gonna add a little bit to my lips. Maybe not quite so dark. For highlights, under eyes, I'm gonna go in with this. It's a Ben Nye product. It's really pigmented. I don't have any RCMA colors on me right now that are lighter than my skin tone, so I'm gonna go in with this. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna use this Peter Thomas Roth serum. I'm just gonna use a little bit on the back of my hand. I'm just gonna dip my brush into this little bit of lotion here, and then I'm gonna go in with this palette. Just mixing some of these colors together so I can brighten this up. Can you even believe it's almost the end of the year? Like, how'd that happen? This year's gone by so fast. Like, what's going on? Some like drone war or something that's happening in New Jersey. But I also feel like people kind of don't really care. I don't know. We're just not fazed by anything. Okay, so because this product is so pigmented, I can actually drag it out really far. I'm actually not using that much product. It might look like a lot, but because when you're using like an RCMA or a Ben Nye, it's theater makeup. So it's really highly pigmented, but it's actually very thin in texture. So this might look like a ton, but it's not that much, I promise. I'm gonna go in with that same brush and just blend out the edges and taking out the excess lotion that's on my hand. I'm just going to stipple it out. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and add some blush, probably for my curve case. I'm gonna do this peachy color. It's natural. Let's go. I just want it to be a little bit brighter. I can always go in and tone it down later. And I'm gonna go in with my foundation and go over this. And you'll see how natural it looks. I'm gonna do Estee Lauder Double Wear. I know it seems kind of heavy for like a Hailey Bieber look, but with everything that's on underneath it, I actually don't have to use a lot of this. Wait for it. Go back to my palette. I'm gonna take this brush, just gonna go in just with a very small amount of foundation, really press it in so it's a really light layer. So I'm just gonna go in like all along the highlighted areas first. Gonna add a little bit more. I always like to pat everything in because if I were to swipe it, it's just going to remove some of the product underneath. We don't want that. So I'm literally going in with like the smallest amount. And I love this palette because it's so big and it's clear, so I can like really see how much I'm moving the product around. how thin it's getting. Okay, so now that I have the highlighted areas, I'm just gonna go in with whatever is left on my brush and just go over the blush and contour. I don't want to cover up the contour completely, nor do I want to cover up the blush completely. So like literally, I'm just grabbing from what I have left over from the blending. I'm just stippling this in. Oh my god, I got so much bronzer in my hair the other night, and I can still see it. It's really orange. So don't judge me. I do not wash my hair every day. I think I wash my hair like twice a week, especially with how bleached I am. I need all the moisture I can get. So while that is sinking in, I'm gonna start with my eyes, and I'm gonna start with MAC Groundwork Paint Pot. Love, perfect for her look. So I'm just gonna go in with a flat brush, just go along the lid. I'm gonna go underneath my eyes as well. So I'm applying that all over, not super neatly, and I'm gonna go in and blend it out. So everything with her makeup is really soft, really blown out. No harsh edges, no harsh colors. Same thing with the other eye. She loves browns on the eyes, so I'm gonna go in with one of my favorite browns of all time. This is Matte Costa Riche. I'm just gonna go along my lash line and kind of focus more on the outer corners as well. It's really like warm brown, so if you have like light color eyes, chef's kiss, baby. Just gonna blend it out. So I just made a line with my pencil, and then I'm just gonna go in with this flat brush, and I like to go from the top, and because I still want the bottom part of the line to be intense, I don't want to smudge it all out. So I'm literally just trying to aim for the edge of the liner to create that gradient effect. Just kind of pull it upwards and outwards. Same thing underneath. It might look like I'm putting my brush right up to my lash line, right up to the waterline, but I'm not. I'm just going like right at the very edge just to really blend out that line, just that line of demarcation. I still want it to be smoky, I still want it to be intense, but sometimes if you're going up underneath or even on top with the whole brush, it's like you're just blending it all out. You have to like keep on building, which nothing is wrong with building, but I feel like sometimes you're kind of just taking away the effect that you're trying to make. So hopefully that makes sense. So I'm gonna go in with eyeshadow and set that into place. I'm gonna use the Urban Naked Reloaded palette.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
On a big fluffy crease brush. Just really blow this shit out. So I'm focusing in the crease, and then from there I'm blending outwards. There's the inner part of my eye, and then I'm also going upwards towards the brow bone. I remember I had this little shimmery product that I put on before, so that's still peeking through. I still want that to come out, so it's also a good guideline if you're a beginner. If you have this right here, just kind of don't touch that area. Leave that pretty clean. I've been doing a lot of makeup lessons at work lately with my clients, and I think I'm gonna have to do a video on like the most common issues I see with people in regards to blending and stuff like that. Like obviously everyone's features are different, but there are definitely some like little pointers that I feel like I'm saying to every single person that I do a lesson with. So I have more hooded eyes, so I'm keeping my eyes open, looking straight ahead, and I'm just kind of softly taking the color outwards just a little bit. I'm keeping my eyes open because if I have my eyes closed the whole time when I'm doing this, you're doing all this work and a lot of times you're like, yes, this looks good. And then once you open your eyes, you can't see any of it. So you always want to go higher than you expect, especially if you have more hooded eyes, so you can actually see what's going on. I'm actually gonna go back in with the shimmer that I used earlier. I'm just gonna use my finger, and I'm literally taking the smallest amount. So see, that's why this is nice. I can just blend it out. I'm just gonna go in and put that like right in the center of my lid. So when I'm putting something in the center, I don't really want to bring it up into my crease. So when you're putting this matte color in the crease, especially with my eye shape, I want this to recede back a little bit because it's more prominent on me. So if I were to put this all over my crease, it's just going to mess with the dimension of my eye. So I'm just gonna keep this to the mobile lid because I want this part to pop, but I still want this part to recede. And I cannot stop using these, the Urban Decay Moon Dust. They're just perfect. They just look good on every single look that I do. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this, and I'm gonna use Space Cowboy. I'm just gonna put this right in the center. I love it. I'm not adding any more product to my brush, but I'm just gonna go in and add this underneath my eye. Just for a little sparkle. I'm gonna go in and darken up my lash line and just the outer corner with this pencil. It's from Melt Cosmetics Cacao. I'm just gonna go through on the outer corner, like I said. This is a really good, like, brown black kind of color. You can definitely tell that it's not black, but it is a very rich brown color. So I'm gonna use that same brush I used earlier and just blend it upwards and outwards. For mascara, I'm gonna use Sky High Maybelline Black is Black. I like to press the brush right into the root of my lashes, rock it back and forth, and then swipe upwards. Sometimes it looks like I'm blinking, but I'm really putting the mascara brush right at the root. Sometimes when people blink against their mascara, they're doing it like halfway up the lashes, and that's really not gonna give you the effect that you want. So I'm gonna move on to brows. So obviously her brows are way thicker, way fluffier. We're gonna try to fake that. So I'm gonna go in with a brow pomade. This is by Elivana. This is the line that I use for doing lash lifts and brow laminations at the salon I work at. It's called Elifix. So all my clients that I do brow laminations on, I totally recommend this for them. But you can obviously use it if your brows are not laminated as well. It's gonna help to keep your hair healthy and soft, but it's also going to give you a nice strong hold. So I'm using a little bit of this on a spoolie brush that I just bent into shape. Brush this up. Try to give myself some Bieber volume. Does anyone know what Jack looks like? I bet he's really cute. And I bet Justin Bieber is gonna be like the best dad ever. I feel like he's just been through so much. And so I feel like he'll protect his kid a lot. I always feel like weird talking about celebrities, like I know them. I'm like, yeah, Justin, like we're on a first name basis. That's about as fluffy as she gets. All right, OG, Anastasia Dip Brow. In taupe, gotta do it. So I'm gonna go through and fill in any sparse areas. I mean, she doesn't even really fill in her brows. She's got like some little areas that are pretty sparse, but they'll just kind of leave them like that. It just adds to like the, oh my God, I'm so hot and so natural. Like I didn't even try, but I have to try. I need a little bit more love, so I'm gonna fill mine in as much as I can, but not making them look like too perfect. I just trimmed my eyebrows recently, so hers are like long and kind of crazy in a good way. I'm gonna darken these up a little bit using my St. Minerals Brow Butter in Noir. For the ends of my brows, just fill them in a little bit. Then taking whatever is left over on my brush, I'm just gonna go through the front part. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in and powder. I'm gonna use the Fenty Beauty Invisimatte powder. I still haven't used it yet. I was so excited to get it and then I still haven't touched it. So let's try it out right now. Just gonna set everything really lightly. I see why people like this stuff. It is great. This still looks fresh, but I feel like everything is set into place nicely. Get it, Robin. All right, so I'm gonna go with bronzer. This is the Guerlain Bronzer Terracotta in Blonde. Of course. Going in with a big fluffy brush. Just going over the areas that I applied the contour earlier. I still just cannot get over how much bronzer I put in my hair the other night. So not cute. I feel like Hailey would never, so that's my bad. I might just do just a little bit of baking underneath the eyes, just a touch. Just want to clean up this shape out here too. And underneath the cheekbones, because why not? Okay, for the lips, I'm gonna go for like a really nude color. This is a Makeup Forever Artist Color Intense. What the fuck is this? Artist Color Pencil Extreme. Oh, what color is it? Legendary Latte. I'm gonna use this all over. It's just a really, really peachy nude color. Gonna fill my lips in with that. Artist Color Pencil Extreme. So I have some of the regular Artist Color pencils and this is the waterproof version. And even though some of the names are the same, the colors look pretty different. So this is Limitless Brown. I feel like this is like a little bit richer. I'm just gonna contour in the center. Like I have Endless Cacao in the regular formula and this one, and it looks so different. It's definitely not the same color. So if you're looking at those, just a heads up. I'm gonna go with a lip liner with this Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb Stick in Fenty Glow. It's a perfect like peach color. So whenever I'm done with my makeup, or I think I'm done, I just like to take a step back and look at everything. Make sure everything is in balance, everything looks pretty even. Go with a little more blush. Blush fades the fastest. You always want to add a little bit more blush than you think you need. Oh my god, Hailey. Okay, I'm gonna go in and add the e.l.f. Power Grip Setting Spray because it's hydrating. I think we could use a little bit more glow. She's glowing, she's natural. She literally just woke up like this and barely tried. I'm just naturally hot. Happy holidays, happy Sag season. Go travel, go have fun. Let's think of some goals that we want to achieve for 2025, shall we? I believe in you. We got this. Sagittarius, it means we're lucky. Let's think of some good stuff, all right? Love you guys. Until next time.